A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Coppell. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Coppell. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at coppellcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G20768.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Monday, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. This is Old School. We are live from 1040 O Street. The first of an all-day, snow, drizzle, heavy snow, wet snow, if you want to call it. It's supposed to be the next 18 to 24 hours of pure snow bliss. But we are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, located at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill. Always tell people every type of meat and every type of cut. Probably won't be doing much grilling today, but later on in the week, possibly, especially when the temperatures get low. Steaks always taste a little bit better, but what tasted better this weekend, DP?
Say it.
Was the simple fact that I had a clean sweep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The broom was in full effect. And it's not, I'm not even going to get into what Houston did, right? Just because of the history of the last three coaches. We had two coaches, Lovie Smith and was it Dave Culley, where they were like 1 year rentals. They essentially got parachute packages. I mean, I wish they could have hired me as a coach and fired me after a 1 year and a 4 year deal, kind of taking it on the chin. wanted to run the GM out of there. Somehow the GM got it together along with Cal, the owner. Cal's a good dude. Cal McNair is a good dude. They finally hired DeMeco Ryans. You got it right with C.J. Stroud. You got Will Anderson Jr. You signed Laramie Tunsil. Drafted well, especially on the offensive line. Then they've done a good job of getting bargain priced free agents that were looking for opportunities, and they played well. And they're able to make the playoffs. And for Indianapolis and Houston really to be down the stretch was essentially, I think Indianapolis would have probably preferred to start Richardson. It lets you know how far Jacksonville fell from the success they had last year. The huge comeback against the Chargers. Essentially, Brandon Staley's job was done after that, but he got to stay on and play like a coach for a little while after that. For both franchises to have a win at all, win are you in, was good. It was great to see Houston do it. I'm happy for the city of Houston. So I hate that we had to beat Austin. I don't feel bad, but I hate I had to do it. Sometimes you got to do the honorable thing, DP. You know how it is.
Put them to sleep.
Game
of Thrones, right?
Yeah, honorable. We had to, we had to make a play, but nothing, DP. Nothing was better than the Buffalo Bills circling the wagons when they were left for dead. Not barely a pulse. They got rescued from Lake Erie, and they're like trying to get your pulse, and there was none, and there was a little bit. Jake Sorensen was the doctor, said just, let's just have the funeral right now. They're dead.
Throw flowers. He just threw flowers.
But he didn't even throw flowers. He threw dead flowers. You know how you had the dead roses? That's what he did.
He did it cold-blooded like he did in the streets. He just threw dirt on it.
Yeah, and
he threw dirt on it.
He didn't throw dirt. Jake's kicked the dirt on it.
Yeah, he did.
He did it so much, Austin.
He did.
He had the audacity on that whiteboard in there on September 7th, 2023. This is before when the season even got started. Said the Buffalo Bills are over.
This is over.
They had Vic Fangio, the great defensive coordinator. They got Jalen Ramsey along with Howard. They traded for Bradley Chubb. This was the year. They got Tyreek Hill. He's saying he's going for 2,000. Tua is ready. He said he went and took karate classes so he could learn how to fall. And guess what happened? With a 4-game lead, 8-3.
Right.
It was supposed to be the Dolphins and the 49ers. And the Dolphins were going to break the 15-year drought of winning the AFC East.
Yes.
Not so fast, my friend.
That's where the quote comes from.
Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast. And here's the thing. I sent Jake the locker room speech by Kyle Williams about going to deep water. And I mentioned it before we went to the weekend. That speech, at least when I was a rookie, at least Ted Washington and Reuben Brown, every time we'd play the Dolphins, they would talk about that or allude to it, right? Deep water. So it probably came from Marv Levy. That's where it came.
Huh?
So the whole premise of it is that the Dolphins are a team, if they're at a pool, that like to play where their feet are on the ground in the shallow end.
Mm-hmm.
And when you live in Buffalo and this is a beautiful day in Buffalo, you got to be active and you got to get, dug out by your neighbors. It's rough, right? You're dealing with, inclement weather and all that stuff. It's a little hard, right? The people are in it with you. Nobody wants to come to Buffalo. Nobody wants to be drafted to Buffalo. Heck, I didn't want to get drafted by Buffalo. But I felt like I was going to Siberia, and I came from Lincoln when I first got there.
You went to high school in Minnesota.
And that's how you know how bad Buffalo was. I arrived on a day like today. And here's the funny thing. I remember Sheldon Jackson got drafted with me, and we were going to rookie minicamp, DP. And we were, on the descending into Buffalo or about to land. And it had one of those old hangars. It was like wood, but it was all like worn. And it says welcome. It should have said welcome to Buffalo. It just said welcome to Buffalo. I said, man, I said, I can't. I was thinking now granted, I was happy to get drafted.
But they're not trying. They're not trying.
I said, what my agent that got me up into? Yeah. I looked at the depth chart. They got a all rookie Sam Cowart, a new linebacker that got re-up. I'm like, I ain't got no way to make this team. Mm-hmm. But then I learned how to swim in the deep water. And that's what the Dolphins can't do right now. When it gets tough, all that stuff, Tyreek Hill, all that wolfing, that we got dudes in there off the street D'ing you up. Rasul Douglas, we picked him up and said, lock him up. He was going to come back with an ankle injury. His backup, we got bring out the practice squad. I said, no, dog, we got this.
It's the difference. We used to say, let's drag them into deep water, see if they can really swim.
Yeah.
Like if they can really swim. And the difference was, and John Thompson used to talk about, the sharks you see attacking people at the top of the water, those aren't even the scary ones.
Right. Those are just to test you.
Those are the ones that are just, look, they're cherry pickers.
Yeah, and they're little nibblers. Though.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the ones that swim at the bottom.
Yeah.
That you, look, in the dark water.
Yeah, yeah, that's the better. And that's where you think that the Megalodon is at,
right?
Or whatever.
You know,
you down there, you just get eaten whole and see your buddy in the stomach, like, hey, what you doing in here? Well, I got 80 last week. But here's the funny when you talk about the deep water. Up until I got to college, Austin, I only operated in the shallow end, literally when I went to a pool. Because you want to know why? I couldn't swim.
He was Richard Pryor.
But literally.
He was Richard Pryor. You know the joke where Richard Pryor said, you know, I was hell at the short end. Yeah, just flash it.
Hey, listen.
Soon as he go underwater, wait a minute.
You get me the 5 feet? No way. I'm stopping. I'm putting the air. But you want to know how I would have. Hey, listen.
Probably on the chest.
Listen.
I
almost drowned when I was like 2 years old. When my grandma, I was in one of those floaters, and she was like, "Baby, you don't go down to the deep end." And
you thought you were ready for it, didn't you?
No, my cousin pushed me down there, and I thought I could swim. He said, "You okay?" And I went through. And I was terrified of water. I was terrified of the deep water, seriously. But literally, we were down in the Orange Bowl, and we were down there. They just did the black shirt picture.
The Orange Bowl, convenient, right?
Yeah, the original Orange Bowl. They did the black shirt picture. I was a redshirt freshman. And Troy Dumas and Dante Jones and those guys, they somehow found out I couldn't swim.
Oh
no! And this is the type of team that we had. Oh. They said, we're going to teach you how to swim. They took me out there in the deep water, out there in the ocean, and I figured it out how to survive. And that's what Buffalo did in order to win that game.
That is
you play
works.
Horrible. Josh Allen, 2 red zone picks. I mean, you got to think he went 30 or 38 for 360 yards. Two of his incompletions were for picks. Looked horrible, right? You can even count the last play of the first half as a pick because he threw it in the field. So 3 of them, 3 negative plays, didn't look like it. And then you just have to find a way to survive, make a play. Then you get the drive. He comes alive with the run, kind of a la John Elway. He gets around there and he says, you know what? I got to go for it, right? Splits the guy's first down. Then what do we do after we get the ball, DP? My man James Cook, just gave the double dead leg. He not only gave my man the dead leg coming from the right, he gave the other dude the dead leg, and then Michael Jackson moonwalked back, and they hit each other like 2 trains in the night. It was over after that.
The punt return was so special.
It's the longest in Buffalo history. You got to think with Steve Tasker, who should be in the Hall of Fame. That's the longest in Buffalo history.
He'll be the 3rd returner in the Hall of Fame. He can't go before 2 other people.
No, but I'm just saying.
Those are the rules, Jay Foreman.
Those are the rules. I would abide by the rules. I'm just saying when you have one of those guys.
I don't make the rules, but Brian Mitchell and Nestor got to get in.
For sure. I'm right there with
you. Then Tasker can take his oversized helmet and stroll on in the front
that barbecue pit.
He can stroll on in. Listen, I thought first of all, I just sent Jake the video of Hootie, like singing.
Yeah.
The Dolphins make me cry. And it's in a loop though. So that's all you get. And then it's the video. Somebody took the graphic from I forget the movie, but said, you want to see a dead body?
Mm-hmm.
And they put Tua.
There's everything out there.
Oh, that was like I was like, oh, that's a sniper move.
Look, man, it was a great weekend. The Steelers got in. Tough victory. They were left for dead. Mike Tomlin was supposed to be fired. He was supposed to move on. Ryan Clark was on the 4-letter network saying Mike Tomlin needed to leave. And then you had the whole thing with the receivers, Johnson and Pickens, with their suspect effort and whatever it was that Mike Tomlin said, they responded, appropriately, as he liked to say. They got in. They're dangerous. They're going up to Buffalo. But you saw some good football this weekend. And, before we go to break, we'll end it with this. Being a backup quarterback in the NFL is probably the best job out there if you're not a starter.
Unless you're a long snapper and then...
No, backup quarterback. Because Jake Browning, is that his name, Jake Browning?
Yeah.
For the Cincinnati Bengals, not only outplayed himself, he outkicked his coverage with who his mate is.
True.
And now this is how you know when he outkicked his coverage, DP. He got cut from the Vikings. Wasn't even thought of to get in any games ever. Really isn't that good. He outkicked his coverage with his old lady. Now he's saying he's one of the top 32 quarterbacks in the league.
Well, he can say that, and he's still paid like an NFL quarterback. Even a backup quarterback is still extremely
he's on a rookie deal.
As a matter of fact, that checks out because backup quarterbacks are paid more than starting centers, starting long snappers.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
But when you outkick your coverage, first of all, it's suspect that he's in the league. Second of all, that you should have even been in there. Third of all, you definitely then pulled the wool over who you were with. And then you have the audacity after you play 4 games talking about you a top 32 quarterback in the NFL. I like it, though.
It takes some moxie, some gumption. Some marbles.
What did he say? Every no I heard is just one more question next to yes.
Well, and he got to his yes. He got to his yes, didn't he?
Listen, when you wake up in the morning, you playing for the Bengals and you got a box.
Right?
Yeah, I want to take. I want to top.
Yeah. I'm living
really good.
Shout out to Kendall Warnock. I meant to say for the skull caps he brought in.
Oh yeah,
he brought in beanies for everybody.
They came at the perfect time.
Jay, we need a trivia question to give away. $15 Upside Bar and Lounge. As a matter of fact, I think it's a UFC weekend, so it'll be a good weekend to go out
fight
there.
Weekend.
They've also got cocktails. They've got their martini club.
Ready to go.
This applies, so you can go down there. Not only get the discounts for the specials that they're running, but you have $15 to do it.
We got a fight night this weekend, and then $297.
I think we can say you can take because we're gonna on each of the shows we're gonna give away $15 this week.
Ooh,
so
you could be drinking for free if you win at all the shows.
Right.
I can tell you something. It's going to be a Dolphin trivia.
Okay.
It's going to be a Husker / Dolphin trivia.
Do we make sure that Jake goes to Kansas City?
He has the option to go to Kansas City.
He told me he wasn't.
Before we go to break,
well,
I know we're going a little bit long.
Right?
See, here's the difference between a true fan.
Right.
Right, DP, you know this, right?
Right. You got to go.
You're back in the Commanders because they fired Ron Rivera.
I'm still not in.
You're honorary.
I'm still not in.
Where Austin lost, he's still representing his Colts.
Right.
If you were still a Redskins commander fan, you would still represent. I would do the same with Buffalo and Houston.
I've got on my Texans t-shirt.
Right. So Jake loses. No Dolphin gear.
No.
Doesn't even want getting free tickets to go to Kansas City.
Uh-huh.
And here's the best part. And parking. So guess what happens when you park at the Kansas City Chiefs game?
You get food.
You get beer,
barbecue,
drinks, and food.
Yeah.
So even if they lose, you're in misery.
Yeah,
you're hammered.
He's not going.
And he's going to stay here and he's still mad over the Buffalo hangover.
It makes sense. I'm not. He's not ready to date football again.
He's not a true Dolphin fan.
He needs to be single for a while.
He's not a true Dolphin fan.
No, he got hurt. That girl hurt him again. That Dolphins girl hurt him really bad again. And he bought in again. Like, that's the part. It's Charlie Brown. And the Dolphins are Lucy. And Lucy just keep wearing Jake out. Keep wearing him out.
Hey, listen. I sent Jake 10 texts last night.
He ain't answered none.
He ain't airing. I sent him an email as well. Jake, I'm worried about you.
He ain't answered.
He didn't even answer the Hasarda Heyman text line.
He ain't answered none of them, bro.
Anyways, we're going to go to break, come back. We're going to talk college football playoffs, and we're going to analyze the game and give our predictions. Big game for Khaki Pants and the Michigan Wolverines. Was it all worth it, or will it be all for nothing? Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and Jay. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 Million Bracket Challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn to ride a motorcycle, how to start a small business, how to dance, or take a course to advance in your current career path. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Koppel. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Koppel. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at koppelcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit, stock number G207684.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, 4:30. Got about 10 minutes here. Get back on track. Just because we went over a little bit long when we had to, send our condolences to Jake Sorensen. But bigger and better things is on tonight down in H-Town, Houston. That's popping down there, boy. Houston Texans make the playoffs, college football playoffs, national championship game. Number 1 seed against the number 2 team, or number 2 seed. Michigan Wolverines against the Washington Huskies. The playoff committee can sit back and say, look, we got it right. The top 2 teams made it. Sometimes doesn't happen, and the 2 probably most consistent teams, obviously at times Michigan didn't look at their best, but ultimately I think the 2 best teams are here. 2 drastically different head coaches, 2 drastically different programs, whereas Michigan is a blue blood sponsored by Jordan, whereas Washington doesn't have the NIL like
they're the nice guys.
Yeah,
Washington,
yeah.
they're the nice guys.
They're the forgotten.
It's
they're the
Washington
forgotten.
State.
The thing is, when you think of the Pac-12, people forget that Utah has been running the Pac-12, and then you got who's the 2 teams that are the most marketable? Oregon, USC.
Yep.
And then you'll throw in the odd UCLA, and then obviously with Colorado, but they're here. They've been building up a program.
Had a moment.
Yeah. And Chris Peterson, when they got into it a few years ago, they got kind of destroyed.
Arizona should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
lot
cool
of
place to
talent,
visit. The weather's
Arizona
never
State,
bad,
Arizona
right?
State,
The weather's never bad.
Yeah. And then you got
Cal, which is supposed to
be the smart guys.
Yeah, the smart guys, but quiet kept, got more thugs than the rest of the Pac-12.
And then you had Washington State with Mike Leach, and that was where you didn't want to go up there. And then you had the Apple, and then Oregon State too, where they were kind of team
Beavers.
Yeah. And so you got the national championship, and one team wins by brute force and timely passing. Another team runs the ball enough, and then they destroy you with the precision passing attack and opportunistic defense. After sitting back and watching last week's games, right? And we know styles make fights, and if everything is equal, who do you guys think has the advantage, and who do you think will win?
Austin, go ahead.
I think advantage Michigan. I think football at the end of the day boils down to the trenches, and I trust Michigan's a lot more. The factors that negate that are Penix's uncanny ability to avoid sacks, even against pressure. We saw it against Texas, right? He's dancing in the pocket. Maybe not the most, mobile quarterback, but he can move in the pocket. He can navigate, which is impressive. And it's efficiency versus explosion, right? Michigan doesn't have a lot of big plays. Washington does. So you would think the formula is, okay, keep the ball away from Penix, right? Run the ball. But we've seen this with teams tried it against the Bills and Josh Allen. They've tried it against Patrick Mahomes. It doesn't really matter if you keep the ball away from them if they're going to score on you every time, right? Because Washington's offense doesn't need the ball for a long time to score. So the hope for Michigan is they can not make Texas's mistake and stick to the run game like Texas was having success but went away from it. And the hope for Washington is turnover luck, right? Have the defense step up in a big moment or two and then hit on enough big plays.
DP?
I'm going to keep it here. I can't root for cheaters. Period. All the other stuff goes against me as a coach, me as a player, me in media. I cannot. Everything that's happening there, I would have told my team not to do. I would have told my coaches not to do. I would tell my fans not to be that way. So, in a world where you have good guy, bad guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm fully in good guy lane. When I said Washington are the nice guys, they're not asking people to embrace them as the rebels and the bad guys. They're not embracing it. They're not selling it. They're not branding it. And they're certainly not hypocritical about it. And from a football standpoint, just from the football standpoint, I like the way they play more than I like the way Michigan plays. I like their play calls better. I like their teaching and development better. They're different universes. One, Michigan puts way more money in the pot than Washington does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even close. The depth of player, the type of player that goes to the two programs stands out. And then the two coaches and their ability for one to be honest and the other to not. I don't. The joke this morning, Simple was talking about this morning, was that, I Spy, Michigan Super Spy was still in the building in the last game.
Yeah, that takes some cojones.
Right?
That takes,
right?
But you know what? He's probably trying to live off of his 15 minutes of fame. I guarantee you the sit down, probably most likely with a Joe Rogan or somebody like that, is going to make him a lot of money because he'll never be able to be a part of a football team again.
But here's the thing: some football team will hire him. Whatever the next team,
You think so?
Whatever NFL team Harbaugh goes to, this dude 100%. 100% he's going to show up because there are different rules in play, right? Different boundaries in play, different standards in play.
On the NFL, sure,
right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing: they're selling the misfit toy narrative. They're selling this. We don't care. It's us against the world. We will do whatever it takes to beat everybody. We don't care.
Right.
And they're telling you it's about winning over doing right. It's about winning money and winning over everything, right? They're literally saying it doesn't matter what we have to do. Good, bad, or indifferent, we will do that. I'm on a championship night. You get to see who everybody is.
Yeah.
This one holds up a mirror. Like we used to talk about it, like when Ali and Frazier,
sure,
Cooney and Holmes, Tyson. Like you always get to see what side of the thing people stand on because it helps you identify who you're dealing with. Well, Michigan tells you from the jump. Listen, we were in some deep water, and we decided to beat them dirty sharks. We decided to be. That's who we decided to be. One, because they didn't have a choice because they could not survive by being the nice guys. Didn't work for them. Ohio State stopped them like on a regular. So while I understand, okay, I got to do something to get over the hump, and Harbaugh had to do something to keep his job and to save his career.
Right.
He did all of that. Like he literally did anything. And while I understand from that professional aspect, that professional side, I still say, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to, I think that as much prowess as Michigan has up front, I think Washington, at least on offensive line wise, I think they're more than capable of handling their business. I think the biggest thing for Washington, what they have to do is not get out of sorts. Michigan's a good offensive team. They're going to test your fundamentals and your ability to tackle and do the same things over and over. What you have to do, even when Nebraska was playing, you got to play well on first and second down against Michigan. I feel like Washington feels like they can match up against any receiving core in the nation because you're going against three top-notch NFL players and, quite frankly, the best college football receiver this year from game 1 to game 12, and obviously he's had a couple games later. So, and then for Michigan, they're going to have to find a way to not live on the edge and have those big mistakes. And I don't think Michigan is going to be able to out situational coach Washington's assistants like they did Alabama's assistants. I feel like Tommy Rees let the Bama team down. As bad as the Bama defense probably didn't play up to, I felt like the offensive play calling wasn't good. I don't think you're not going to get that with Washington. So I think it's really going to come down to if everything's equal, not one team that comes down, has a whole bunch of turnovers or just plays, super tight that it's not even a game. I think Washington has that dude at quarterback, and that's the ultimate equalizer for me, and the receivers, and I think they'll be able to pull it out. All the other stuff, that's what, if it ever, comes to Michigan's footsteps, that'll be on them. So I'm picking Washington. DP's picking Washington. Austin, you're picking who? Michigan?
Dogs.
It's 3 Washington. We're going to see. We are, I don't want to be a lone wolf, and you definitely don't want to be a lone wolf with a Michigan Wolverine.
He did it this weekend, and it shows up on Monday. Austin is like, no, let me reconsider some stuff.
Yeah,
I have been on the Washington train all season.
Yeah, no,
you can go back and check our happy hour picks.
You have, and that's true. Before we go to break, here is the trivia question for the $15 gift certificate to Upside Bar and Lounge. What Nebraska running back that played for the Huskers from 1977 to 80 only played for the Miami Dolphins, and he was a teammate of Dan Marino?
Say it again.
What Nebraska running back that played for the Cornhuskers from 1977 to 80 only played for the Miami Dolphins afterwards, was drafted by Miami, and the asterisk that he was a teammate of one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, and that's Dan Marino. Who is it? That's one of the coolest names out there.
Yes, sir.
So, anyways, we're going to go to break, come back. We'll see if we have a winner. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and Jay on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: wintry mix and heavy snow. Traveling going to be very difficult. We'll see high around 33. Tonight, snow, wind, and blowing snow expected. We'll see a low around 18. And tomorrow, more snow, wind, blowing snow continuing throughout the day. We'll see a high around 24. Meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Southeast Community College invites you to check out our spaces ahead of your official campus visit. Our virtual campus tours let you see our campuses and learn more about our programs of study. Then you can schedule your individual visit in person or virtually. Virtual tours of our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, or Milford, and our learning centers are online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Start 2024 off on a high note by loading up on meat and more at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through January 9th is spend $40 and you'll get a free 14-ounce ribeye, limit of 3, and $1.50 off all KC Canning Company products. Plus, don't forget there are 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff, who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman, old school. Quick segment before we get to the 5 o'clock hour. We do have a winner. Dan, the man. The answer is Andre Franklin. And it's not spelled with an E. It's Andra. Franklin.
Yeah, Dan. You got
Andre Bernard Franklin.
Yeah, come on.
Died too young, though. He only
Neck
played.
roll, brother, neck roll.
Yeah, 5'10", 225, a little fullback. Not little. And he was always great because he was always, when they do the Super Bowl highlights, he was in all of them. And his football card was plentiful in the tops there.
He was. You couldn't get a Duper or Clayton. Yeah, they get one every once in a while. Them Andre Franklin.
Andre Franklin's in there all the time.
Him and Marv Fleming.
Marv Fleming and you know who else? Louis Lips.
Yep. Jimmy Cephala.
Louis Lips from the Pittsburgh Steelers. For you Pittsburgh, AD. We know AD. We know you in Pittsburgh. That's you know what, AD? Yeah. Yeah,
you know what? Dwight Stone. That's who. Dwight Stone. Dwight Stone.
But forget all that. AD, it's on this week. I want you to understand. This is.
It ain't personal.
This is Pittsburgh has got to be personal.
No,
you can't play Pittsburgh.
AD. Come on, it's AD.
Yeah, that's right. You can't even really get mad at AD.
It's AD and it's the Steelers. Like I can save all my venom for the next week.
I don't know.
Remember that time you beat Pittsburgh without an offensive touchdown, though, Jay?
What'd you say?
Remember that time you beat Pittsburgh without an offensive touchdown, though?
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah. I got great memories playing against Pittsburgh, but boy, listen, you better come with it when you used to play against Hines Ward because your head better be on the swivel. He's gonna try to knock your block smooth off. Never caught me slipping though. Anyways, he ain't gonna get the kid. Listen. Night. I was watching for you though. But anyways, congrats to Dan. We'll continue to do it on every show throughout the week. Fight weekend over at Upside Bar and Lounge. We're gonna take a quick break. Come back at the top of the hour. And we're going to talk a little transfer portal. Portal weekend. Had 5 young men in there. Got 2 of them and see if we can get some more. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, DP. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Southeast Community College invites you to check out our spaces ahead of your official campus visit. Our virtual campus tours let you see our campuses and learn more about our programs of study. Then you can schedule your individual visit in person or virtually. Virtual tours of our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, or Milford, and our learning centers are online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Copple. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Copple. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at copplecars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G2076684.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Husker fans, your fourth-ranked Nebraska wrestling team needs you to pack the Bob Devaney Sports Center on Friday, January 12th for their Big Ten home opener and a top 5 matchup against number 2 Iowa. The duel will begin at 6:30, and the first 300 fans will receive a Nebraska wrestling shirt. For more information or to secure your tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, an easy track lawnmower, or gator, every piece of equipment in pre-owned inventory is put through a rigorous inspection so it's ready to work hard for you. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Learn more at landmarkimp.com or stop into a local Landmark location and experience the Landmark difference.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin on the ones and twos. This is Old School, brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop. 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. Two great locations, one in Omaha as well. And so they are expanding their brand and blessing people with some good meats and eats. And anyways, we alluded to it as a good portal weekend, right? I think they had 5 players in, 2 linebackers, a running back, and 2 wide receivers. I'm always interested in the linebackers because I feel like the offensive guys are what sells it used to be newspapers, probably get the clicks. But I think what linebacker is a group or a position group that I feel like they feel comfortable with some of the young guys, that they will eventually get better, like a Dylan Rogers. And obviously you got a lot of John Bullock, and it was great that he came back. But you lost a lot. And obviously Luke Reimer and Nick Heinrich, obviously decided not to play anymore. And Luke's, hopefully potentially off to the NFL. And then the other one that I think kind of was a little bit of a loss was Eric Fields. Potentially, I think could still come back, right, Austin? Or he's just stepping away from football?
He just kind of went home.
Right. Yeah. And
much explanation.
And there's probably some stuff going on. Hopefully he handles that. Because he was a talented player, young player that you could see come in. I think they have more depth than it actually looks right now, DP and linebacker, because you can I think you can move Mekhi Gaber in there, and he played in there some. But I think of training, you got Javen Wright, who I think has probably the most upside out of all of them. Being dang near 6'5", 225 pounds, and look like he's still ain't even hit a growth spurt yet, especially in a physical way. I think him getting a full off season with a game plan to get him as big and as fast and quick as possible and learning how to play the position. If he develops at the rate that I hope he does, or he could, doesn't really matter who you bring in, because he has some skill. He has just a skill set that you just don't see on every roster.
Yeah, I don't even think we know what Javen 2 years from now looks like.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. And I think Tony White has the ability. I think he certainly has the insight. I mean, one, you can look at his dad and have some idea that, listen, we're not dealing with the typical specimen.
No.
And then his ability to work with today's nutrition, change his body, allow his body to recover. Like he's figuring out genetically what, he had some blood issues. Now he's figured that out. So now you're freed up to just work. And I don't think there's anybody on that defense that's going to work. He and Nash are the two that kind of exemplify doing whatever it takes. Right? When you've got that kind of medical issue that stays with you, to go and change how you live to play football. Yeah.
It definitely takes.
That's some deep stuff right there.
Yeah, it takes obviously a good amount of sacrifice, and I just think he has a tremendous amount of potential.
Where do you see him? What position?
They play all of them.
Yeah.
I think he could be a third down inside linebacker, which is a
stand-up guy.
He could be his edge guy. He could be a blitzer up the middle. He could be a cover guy. I think the more the merrier with him.
How does he compare to an Isaiah Simmons, who's a Nebraska target, ends up at Clemson?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you think about Isaiah Simmons, that you saw the end result of it.
Like a nice combo.
He was a
very
unique prospect. I think the worst thing for Isaiah Simmons was going to Arizona, where they didn't let him play one position. Even though he could play a lot of them well in college, it's two different things. Plus, you're playing at Clemson. It's like first-round picks everywhere. I think with him, Javen. I think you just need to hone in on a couple things and then expand it from there. I think learning how to read blocks and when to be patient and understanding that you are strong enough and you understanding what the word leverage means in order to get under blocks and take ons and stuff like that, to have the confidence to it so he can let his athletic ability just take over and be great. But Nebraska this weekend had Dante Dowdell, the transfer portal running back. He was in town. Jamal Banks, who's from Wake Forest, right? And they had 2 linebackers in, so that's 3, that's 4.
Who was the last Nebraska running back named Dante?
I don't know. Who?
I'm all for, listen, I've never met a Dante at running back that I didn't love.
Oh. Well, he's big, dude. I
Uh,
mean, he's a legit.
He's a thump.
Yeah.
He's a thump.
And he's not just a 3 yards in the cloud of dust. He's got some
separation,
good quicks. He runs behind his pads. Where it was good that he committed. Along with how do I pronounce his name? Austin from Texas.
Isaiah Nayor.
By the start at Wyoming, by the way of Texas, obviously ended up here. He committed. I think about it. The one thing about Isaiah is I remember watching Wyoming a few years ago, and he was just murking everybody. And I remember the commentators were saying that, yeah, he's going to be in the portal. And I was like, man, he got 3 games left. It was just destroying people.
Numbers.
And I think it was the speed, the play, the run after catch ability, and being from Texas, probably got overlooked by Texas or some Texas schools, went to Wyoming. So good job by Mike Grant and Craig Bowl and those guys of recruiting him, developing him. And then he got down to Texas, had the unfortunate injury, and the state of the Texas program wasn't where it's at right now. So that's how you can get caught up in the numbers. You get caught up in that weird middle age group. You're not too young, you're not too old. And if you're not very productive, you can get overlooked because it's always, okay, we could depend on the older guys, and we like the new Maseratis that show up. I think it's good to get him because he has the one thing that he can draw back on is he knows he can be successful as long as he's healthy.
And he's got a chip on his shoulder.
That was the second part.
Size of Nebraska.
Right. And he was looking for an opportunity. And the great thing about it is that he did not play this whole, I'm going to take 85 visits and stuff like that.
I'm not finding a Dante at running back for Nebraska. The closest I've got through 2009 is a Don Travius.
Nope. See, Dante.
Who's Don Travius?
Travius Robinson rushed 39 times for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns in 8 games for 2009 Nebraska.
I have no idea.
That
2009?
2009. Mm-hmm.
I never heard of him.
I do not recall that man
hilarious.
existing, but I'm still looking for a Dante.
I don't think I'd never heard of it.
Well,
there was some I ran into in Texas in high school, and they all put up 300 like against us. Like they all put up, yeah, it was just Dante. Dante. So what do you do with that running back room?
Nothing. You got a dude in there that's going to come in and compete. You got. I don't know if Ramirez coming back. You got, Gabe coming back, and you got Emmett, and then you got him. Nothing's guaranteed. Now look, he's got a unique skill set, but he does, and he's been healthy.
Is that because he's
going to be hard? He's going to be hard to keep off the field.
Right.
But Emmett Johnson is more than capable of being a Big Ten back. He's proven that. He will continue to prove that. Yeah. So you'd like to have 2. Every college has 2, so you can have 2 or more. So I think they're going to let him compete. But one of the linebackers that came in, his name was I'll call it X3 Alexander from Syracuse. Was a starter 2 years ago, got hurt and came back healthy. Had a pretty decent year this year. Was known in the locker room of being a team leader. 6'1", 250 pounds. So he's going to be in the middle, trying to lay that hat. Tony White has probably the most intel on him than anybody that you could think of. It'd be really good if we can get him. And I think the other guy that we had, Austin, in town was from the University of Idaho?
So yeah, Stephon Thompson from Syracuse, and then X3 Alexander canceled his visit.
Oh, okay. And he was from Idaho.
Yes.
And so Stephon is the 6'1", 248-pound middle linebacker. So I got them mixed up. So I stand corrected. But needless to say, Tony White knows as much as anybody about Stephon, and he is a productive player with recent productivity in a unique situation. And what I mean by that is players usually know about games 6 to 8 whether they're going in the portal. And to continue to be, to work on your rehab and health and be productive with a lame duck coach, and I think Dino was probably fired by that time at Syracuse, shows you the maturity level and the competitive level. I think the biggest thing you need to be as a linebacker, besides, obviously a good enough athlete, is you have to be a competitor. You are playing one of the hardest positions to play at any level, and it's getting harder because of the rule changes. And it's often overlooked, underappreciated, but you definitely are people are dedicated to being critical of your play. And so for him to do that, if Nebraska's able to get him, even if it just stopped at those 3, ideally I'd like to have Jamal Banks, because I think that you bring 2 older guys into that young wide receiver room, and they not only go out there and hopefully are productive, but they're showing these young guys how to work. Not saying anything about the other guys, but I think these guys bring a different type of workers mentality. One, with something to prove. So, he's going to be the first in line. So you want to see the young guys say, no, I want to be first in line, right? In Isaiah. And then if you're able to get Jamal Banks, you're getting a guy that's saying, listen, have had recent productivity. I'm looking for an opportunity with a young and upcoming, assuming either one of the freshman quarterbacks or a guy that they bring in, and I want to be featured. And
I'm willing to do the work required.
Right. That's all. Well, the work,
like
the
nothing
work,
giving, everything earned.
Right. The work, I think, with this crew or with this staff in here is non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. They've shown you that. I mean, if Miles Farmer ends up he's at Syracuse now, he's in the portal, that lets you know the work is non-negotiable. The true intrinsic work, not the work where you're just showing up and doing what's expected of you.
What's asked, but
what's
not
asked.
what's demanded, right?
Yeah.
There's a difference.
You need to be demanding each other to do more. And whatever you did last year as a group, you need to do a lot more because you want to get over the hump and be successful.
Hey, Austin, I need you on this one, right? Can I tell you something about Jay Foreman?
Please.
So Sunday mornings, we come in, I do the breeze with Husker Breeze, my book, right? So, and I knew that because there's a game day the day before and travel, that Ramel Lloyd wouldn't be in the building. So I'm coming in to help out Harrison, right? I'm not going to make him do the hour by himself. I'm going to come in and hang out. So I walk in the door, and this dude I recognize hanging out on the patio, and he comes in, and he's got a meeting. The guy that owns a condo in the building, right? And he says, yeah, you about to meet some people. So I'm okay. You know me. Okay.
Sure.
Right? Into the mill walks the Raiola family. The whole Raiola family. All of Jay's friends, all of Jay's people.
Jay's favorite?
Right?
Peyton was there?
Right? Walked in here. Jay ain't give a shout out, ain't give a heads up, ain't nothing. Nothing. He left your boy hanging. I'm just
defend for yourself.
Like
no heads up.
I'm what? Like, whoa. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Hey, man.
And not a peep. He's texting them, but not texting me to say, hey, man, my people coming. Be ready. Be ready.
Jay knows that you stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right?
Yeah, you got to stay ready. You always got to stay ready.
And here's the capper. This is what you know about ticket people, right? So Rico is just here working. He just happens to, he's like came in to get some stuff done. And he walked through, and literally he's walking in one direction, Dylan's walking in the other, and Rico literally kept it moving. Jay, eyes to the floor.
I hear you, Rico.
And walked out the door. And I'm like, did you just walk by Dylan Rail? Nobody in Lincoln, Nebraska will walk, especially the first time you meet Dylan Rail. You're not going to just keep walking. But Jay's boy, Rico,
walked past Jay's other boy, Dylan.
Just straight by.
Kept it moving.
Jay, I thought we were closer. I thought we were closer.
I didn't know they were coming down here,
I
man.
thought we were closer.
They just pop up on people like a pop tart.
Look, man, and Austin, let's be clear. The Raiolas don't just roll in. They roll in. Like, Mama Raiola is that's the boss.
Oh, yeah.
That's like,
she runs the show.
Like, you got the family from The Godfather. When the mom roll up, everybody else get in line. And I'm like, I wasn't ready. Mom. Like, Jay ain't telling me Mom, listen, I can meet Daddy and Unc anytime and I'm going to be cool.
Yeah.
But Mom walked in.
Yeah, gotta be buttoned up, right?
Yeah. They got to take grandson to school, man.
Like, I didn't have the shirts ready. I didn't have the hats ready. I ain't had.
They'll be back.
No,
but they don't operate like that.
You see how he.
But they don't operate like that.
Oh,
they come in and they reading you and see how you do on the spot.
Right, like I'm just like so.
They would have been mad if I gave you a heads up.
I gave Dylan the hat. I shook his hand. I kept it moving. I stayed out of the meeting. I let them do their thing. I'm just letting but I'm letting Unc know we need to talk. Like, listen. And then immediately I went, no, Mom.
Yeah.
I will be here.
Well,
when you get time, come see me. Let's sit down and talk.
I'd be willing to say that after that Northwestern game, he was probably 90-something% coming to Nebraska, 56-7, I think it was. Right?
Austin, did you get that memo from Jay Foreman?
I did not get that memo.
Nobody
I did not get that. See,
I'm not gonna put my front street
but
like
here's
that.
the respect. Like Jay knows that I know, and I still it ain't gonna affect me and Jay. Like, you do your stuff. Like, I'm okay, Jay, handle your business. He know that I'm looking at him the whole time, like, oh, you just not gonna say nothing.
It never crossed my mind. It never crossed my mind.
Because
I know they'll be back.
Yeah.
And the thing is, after Northwestern game, I never will speak for Dylan or the family, but I felt very good that he was going to come to Nebraska.
Your mood changed. I sent you a text, and I wasn't sending it for a response. It's really just a placeholder for Jay to just go, I appreciate you, and I know you holding aces.
Oh yeah, yeah. I guess so.
Like,
if I do go to Vegas, I'm good. I got a good poker face. But then I will tell you, somebody previously did not show respect to the mom.
Mm-hmm.
And
how about that? Hey,
there was not a chance in hell that your man was coming.
Hey,
straight up.
Listen, I
know that for a fact because the mood changed. When my man called me Sunday at like 6:35 in the morning,
he knows you're up.
Dom called. No, he woke me up. I was like, dude, what's up, man? I just seen you 4 hours ago. So I'll let you know. I just seen it 4 hours ago. I was like, oh yeah, we got some problems.
So,
then everything good. Everything turned out good.
Dad was here. Unc was here. Mom was in the middle. And I'm never going to reach between two grown bleeping men but Mom was in the middle. And Mom got the first handshake. Because I'm like, oh, the boss is here.
The thing is that they know, obviously, Dom doesn't live here. And obviously, Dylan's his younger brother, and he's about to embark on his high school career. And but they know that, and obviously Donnie's at the school, but outside of Donnie and the support system that Matt Rule and those guys have, not only for Dylan but for every player.
Yeah.
That because of my relationship with Dom and Dom's relationship with everybody that he's played with, alongside as well and played against, or that are on here, that Dylan and the whole family are in good hands, and that's a good feeling to be able to, they're a very tight family, and you always respect that. I always told Dom and Dylan that look, man, we're gonna be family long after football's over. It's already been over for me and your dad. So, I'm happy for you. So always going to think about you first when it comes to anything like that. And for them to, they live in Georgia and they got family all over the place, to be, have your son or nephew or, grandson go to somewhere where he's taken care of. That doesn't happen a lot. And he's going to need the support, because it's going to be a fun ride, but it's not going to be easy. I mean, football is not easy anyways. I mean, just on the surface, it doesn't matter where you go. So in order to be able to answer that challenge, he's going to need this support system. So, I mean, I'm sure they're going to make sure he's taken care of.
And the real thing is giving Jay Foreman credit, right, for being that dude. Still going to bust his hump over it. You're still going to bust the hump from it. Another friend of the station, we have two friends of the station we need to shout out. First of all, Paul Klempa and the bowling team. Their season started today. They were round robin tournament. They've had 3 matches today. They've gone 3-0. They knocked off number 9, Stephen F. Austin. They beat up number 10. And then now, next up, 4th match of the day, they take on number 1 Jacksonville State, who features a friend of the station, Crystal Elliott, who was on the national championship team here in Nebraska, transferred down to Jacksonville State. Crystal just won the Team USA. She just won the amateur national championship last
awesome.
night.
Yeah, congrats to her.
There will be, I believe there are 4 or 5 former Huskers on the Team USA bowling team that will go international.
They might as well just take the whole team.
Right? Like, it's just like.
And Paul needs to be the coach.
Right? Like, that's just
He's got to be the coach, right?
It's just fantastic. But I mean, here's the thing: you got to bowl your way into the Team USA tournament.
I know that, but they got the best coach in the nation, so they need to bring him along.
Yeah, it's that thing. And then to Mark Manning,
Mark
and the Huskers. I'll say this, then we can go to break and then come back and get back into tonight's brawl. But he hooked it up, and so I'm Matt's side. I'm literally on the side. I'm like, when they roll over out of bounds, they're rolling at my feet. Right? That's where I'm sitting. A whole lot of ticket fans and friends at the meet.
Right.
Back to back. So it was a trio, and they had the last 2 matches. End of the first match, heavyweights. There's a thing that they call pop, Jay Foreman, that happens in like UFC, in WWE, when they play somebody's music and they walk out, the sound that the arena makes.
Did Nash have music? Do they play music?
Yeah, they do. They do.
What did he play?
I don't remember. I'm sure the text on the deal will tell us. But when he came out, I can guarantee you I've never heard Devaney not even close to clinching point at volleyball.
Yeah.
Like, that's how
I saw
loud
some
it
of the
was.
highlights, man. I'm happy for him, man. I mean, he's a well-established wrestler, and I always tell guys that some of the best football players of all time, play or wrestled in high school. And Nash is obviously, good enough to do it in Austin. I think it'll help him, continue to get better along the defensive line.
Well, that's what I was going to ask that question, because there were some people online who said, well, how risky is that to have to go and be, 1, he's wrestling, 2, he's got to transform his body, 3, he's wrestling in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Which means that you facing a dude every night. Well, here's the thing about the dude from Wyoming. He went out in full, like, I'm about to ruin y'all's party. Thank you for inviting me to your party, but I'm going to eat your food, drink your drinks, and take your girl. Like, that was his whole thing.
Right.
Until he leaned up against Nash, and when most humans move to his force,
yeah,
Nash was like, nah.
Yeah, he's a big old block of meat, man. I mean, he's solid.
The look on his, let me tell you, I'm sitting close. I'm maybe here to Austin's, and the look on this dude's face when Nash picked him up and put him on the mat, his facial expression went from, oh, I'm about to party, to, I don't want to be here no more. I don't. Yeah. And when Nash got on top of him, that dude could have counted to 20. He wasn't going he was like, however long I gotta be here,
Right. Yeah.
To get this dude off of me. That's how long. Like, he looking at the official like, hey, this the Richard Pryor joke. I don't know what you counting for.
Yeah.
I'm going to be here. Listen, to Nash Hutmaker, to Mark Manning, job well done. And listen, there are two things going on Friday in Lincoln. The wrestling world will exist here in Lincoln, Nebraska. One, Pinnacle Bank Arena, SmackDown. And they're bringing the horses Friday night. And then right down the street, number 2 Iowa versus number 4 Nebraska at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Is The Rock coming?
The Rock is not coming. But
is he not on SmackDown anymore?
No, he's on Raw. He broke on Raw.
Yeah.
But he will end up on SmackDown at some point because they're setting him up for WrestleMania to go against his nephew.
Yeah, Roman Reigns, right?
Right. But Reigns will be here. The Bloodline will be here. Randy Orton will be here. Cody Rhodes will be here. It's gonna be a thing. Like Friday at PB, whatever wrestling you're into, and wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
Friday night in Lincoln, Nebraska is the place.
They'll probably be scouting Nash, man. He'd be like a modern day Van Vader.
You know that's the new thing now. You know that the WWE is actually signing and recruiting college wrestlers.
They have a whole development program for all college athletes. It's not even just wrestling.
They just picked up a number 1.
The dude from Minnesota, right? Last year.
Well, yeah, he's already in. But they picked up this year's number 1 heavyweight, and they picked up a 2 women from track because they figured out how the women wrestle. That's what they need, and that's only until. And listen, there are a couple of Nebraska Husker greats who have daughters who are wrestling, who fit what the WWE is looking for in the future because they need the power girls. And
there it is.
Yeah, there's some.
Do you smell it?
Yeah. Yeah. We worked it out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That'd be interesting. It'd be a good weekend of sports. So, anyways, we're going to go to break, come back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin.
Who you got?
We'll be right back after this.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and Jay on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start 2024 off on a high note by loading up on meat and more at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through January 9th is spend $40 and you'll get a free 14-ounce ribeye, limit of 3, and $1.50 off all KC Canning Company products. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Husker fans, your fourth-ranked Nebraska wrestling team needs you to pack the Bob Devaney Sports Center on Friday, January 12th for their Big Ten home opener and a top 5 matchup against number 2 Iowa. The duel will begin at 6:30, and the first 300 fans will receive a Nebraska wrestling shirt. For more information or to secure your tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, DP, Old School. And one thing that's not old is Austin and DP. Called Black Monday in the NFL, man.
Yeah.
Never fails.
Nope.
It started at 12:01 with Arthur Smith at Atlanta. And we're going to talk about that because, listen, as great as the weekend was of the Houston representing and Buffalo demolishing the Dolphins, so forth and so on, Jameis Winston is a national treasure. I don't name people national treasures very often. The other one I named a national treasure was the umpire that threw all 3 of the dudes from the Rangers out. I don't know where he's at. I gotta find him. I wish he was on social media because I know he's a gem. But Jameis Winston is a national treasure. From the very first time I watched him play to the interview after they won the national championship, and he said everybody's strong, to the crab legs, to getting drafted by Tampa, to playing and throwing for 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions and had like 120 vision. My man needed LASIK since he was in the 6th grade. To everything that he's been through, to going through New Orleans, to replacing Drew Brees, doing really well when Drew Brees got hurt, to blowing out his ACL, and then they end up winning, and then he's dancing in the locker room on crutches. Had chances almost to go to Minnesota, and then he steps in again. And I mean, quiet as kept, his teammates love him. But let me tell you something. Yesterday, topped it all. Because that interview is the Jameis upon Jameis. He said it was a team decision. It wasn't the head coach's decision. And he says, they asked him about scoring 48 points. He's like, well, we were up 41-17. Did it really matter anyways? How much did it affect you? How much worse? Then he said the best part, DP, he said, how much worse can it get? So when he put the he on there, he was letting you know, listen, we've been running through you guys all game. Take that 48. Then the coach got mad. What was the better? I want to ask you too. What was the better part? The Jameis interview, or no? First, the coach going over and getting hype on Dennis Allen with his assistant coach, with the drive-by calling Dennis Allen the bitty, or the Jameis Winston interview afterwards that was confirmed by Calais Campbell that Jameis Winston went up to the line of scrimmage and changed the play. Changed the play. Which one? Which one was better? My vote is for Jameis.
I think Arthur Smith didn't get his money's worth if he was gone. I think he should have done more. He handled it pretty well in the post-game presser, all things considered. But if I have a feeling I'm on my way out of town, I go ballistic. Like, I lose a division rival. I'm upset, even in a game like that.
I'm shoving you or something.
Oh, all that, right? But he didn't. So Jameis absolutely wins.
2-0 for Jameis.
Jameis would have been. He would have had the empty locker from the head coach.
If you're the head coach, you would have done that with him.
If I'm the head coach, if I'm the GM, he got to go. He got to go. If you can't run my team, you can't be the guy that has to deliver my message as the leader of the team in the huddle and make that decision. You can't no. You can't be the dude. I know that if that's the fighting Foreman's and you got your headset on and you tell Jameson, hey man, Victor Foreman should take a knee, and Jameis ran it in, guess what? Jay would have met him inside the.
I would have met him, but he would still be on the team.
He'd have met him.
And then after Jameis explained to me, I would have probably walked it back a little bit. And here's why. Part of the reason why Jameis did it for Jamal Williams because he had an incentive in his contract. He needed to score a touchdown. Now
you had 6 touchdowns before that to get
it.
He
didn't have one all year.
You had 6 touchdowns before. You scored 41 points.
Right.
You had at least 5.
But it was up all through the air.
You had 7 red zone opportunities before the game is done.
I would keep Jameis on there.
That's why he's Jameis.
You got to.
That's why he's Jameis.
And you got to. You from Jimbo Fisher to everybody else. You got to keep him on the team. He definitely would have had a stern talking to. But it would have been one of the.
You wouldn't have stern talk to Jameis if it was your team. If it was your team, Jay Foreman, come on.
Jameis is on the team. Because here's why Jameis is on the team. Because he has unique leadership skills that not a lot of guys in there. Jameis is a competitor.
What kind of leadership is that?
Well, I mean, what? Okay, I'll ask you the same question Jameis asked the same dude.
Yeah.
They returned an interception all the way down to the 1 yard line.
Okay.
What's the difference if you win an extra yard in there and you lose 48-17?
It wasn't.
It's a minute, and there's a minute left.
He didn't. That was the whole thing. The opposing team was still playing. They didn't let him walk in the end zone and score.
You're making my point. You still playing. You should have just let him score then.
They hadn't quit. They made a play because on the last game of the season,
right,
everybody's playing for their next job. Everybody's putting something on resume. They're putting something on tape.
Right.
And for the dude who made the interception, that may be the look. I guarantee you that wasn't the starter.
It was Tyrann Matthew.
Right? Was it Tyrann? So Tyrann was trying to score.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a division rival and they hate each other.
Okay.
You running the score up.
You as a coach.
Yeah.
Then look, with all of your vast experience, you said, take a knee.
Depending on who that coach was. I can tell you there was. If it's the Lincoln Southeast basketball coach, I'm running that score up.
Okay, listeners out there. It's your team. It's your team. And you tell Jameis to take a knee because you know what? We've been on that side of it. We don't want to. That's not what we do.
I know, but here's
but
I will tell you this: in the NFL, it's distinctly different than college.
Okay,
you want to know why the difference? Because the Miami Dolphins scored 70 points.
I thought that was terrible as well.
No, because I learned this the hard way, and I remember playing Jacksonville one year, and they very easily could have, kneeled down, and I'm sure, we wouldn't have called timeouts because it wasn't even mathematically. We could have, came back. And they kept running the ball, and they threw like a little play action pass. They weren't trying to go deep or anything like that. And then we had got a Jacksonville coach afterwards, one that was on the staff, and he explained to me, he said, listen, in the pros, there's no friends. There is no long withstanding rivalries or so-called disrespect because everybody's moving so quick. The days of being there for 10, 20 years is over. So you have to, offensive coordinators are trying to, keep their points per game up. Defensive coordinators are doing the same. Now it's all within reason. I would have probably been upset at Jameis, but considering who Arthur Smith is and who he's known to be at throughout the league, I understand why they didn't do it. Jameis, I mean, I would be more worried about like if the GM was going to get, chastise me versus me during Jameis. Jameis is one of those. This is one thing I've come to realize about unique players at the professional level. And this is whether it's a Randy Moss, it's a Jameis, it's a Lawrence Taylor. It's just those type of guys. Now, Jameis isn't on their level. Those guys are, trendsetting players and Hall of Fame players, but the personalities generally have very unique personalities. Is that there's exceptions to every rule, and some players are those exceptions. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to allow it to happen again, or if there wouldn't be a true disciplinary action afterwards. But I do realize that. I mean, I saw it at first.
The real leader would have, you know what? Say, hey, coach, we have this responsibility.
Yeah, and they did. And the coach was like, nah. And literally, there's a lot of organizations like the Patriots, Rico, that when they know when you have incentives, they don't play you. Now you saw a lot of guys
100%
now you've seen a lot of guys hit their incentives, and you see a lot of guys like Tom Brady when I'm sure I'm sure he hates it now, or not hates it. Probably he's like, look, he got Antonio Brown when they picked him up the year they won the Super Bowl. He got him $1 million the last game of the season. Yeah. He overfed him. And you saw Chris Jones get $1.2 million.
I guess, and I get
Joe Mixon.
I get some of that in truth, the team should honor that because it's the right thing to do. But we also know that doesn't happen.
No,
right?
Yeah. Some places do, some places don't.
Right. The good programs, right? Good teams will go.
Like
you know
Cleveland.
What?
Right?
Right.
Here's what Cleveland did. They knew Joe Flacco needed to play to get his incentive.
Right.
Well, they turned it into like a roster bonus because they actually need him to play in the playoffs.
Like that's the thing. Right. So to me, it's a bunch of things gone wrong. Jameis could have handled it any other way. Like to me, it's just if there's an exception to the rule, there's no rule. Which means that anytime you said to play it, and it's not just because it's end of game bonus oriented, it was, hey, I had a chance for the record, so I decided to throw it instead of running on 4th and 1. I needed 50 yards, so I threw that instead.
Right.
Well, no, you made the same decision in a different situation. You went against what the coach called.
Right.
Run what I listen. You know that. How many times have you heard this in your life? Run what I call.
Yeah.
There's
that's how Jim Harbaugh got
famous.
That's how Jim Harbaugh got famous
Right?
with Mike Ditka.
Yeah.
Brett Favre is known to be doing it.
Yeah.
Now, here's how Jameis could have really just
Ditka and Jim McMahon on the sideline.
He could have handled it better.
Right.
All he had to do was just say, "Hey, look, it was a mistake." He didn't have to expand on it. He said, "Listen, we made a mistake. I didn't hear him." He could have just said anything besides the 3 minutes and 13 seconds that is absolute gold. You know what I'm saying, Austin?
Mm-hmm.
If he just trimmed that down to 44 seconds of, "I'm sorry. We have a ton of respect for the Falcons. It's a rivalry.
I got distracted.
Sometimes I got caught up in the moment." You did it and just did it like that and diffused the situation. I think that was it. I think he would have been all right.
But he ran it out of victory formation, right? If you line up in any other formation, I get it.
Come on,
they ran it out of victory formation.
Let it go.
That's the only part that rankles me.
Like,
and that's the best part.
Yeah.
He hit you with the okie doke. Yeah. Hey guys, we're doing victory formation.
Psych.
And then because them dudes out there didn't have they chin strap.
Mouthpieces out. Rashawn Jackson sitting in Omaha cursing them out for not having their mouthpiece in. Right? That's what's wrong with football today. That's what's wrong.
You know what's crazy about these college guys? If you watch tonight in the national championship game, They have two mouth guards. One they wear, and then one they just have hanging out. What this? Because I saw
college guys went crazy. There's that stretch where they had like the propellers in them.
Yeah,
And they blew it with
yeah.
spin. They have the fangs and the grills and all that. College guys going crazy with them.
Yeah, they do a lot of they definitely are about the look, and stuff like that. But
I need to get your picks for tonight, but I also need the text line as well. What's your opinion on Frank Solich being inducted into the
that's
Football
phenomenal.
Hall of Fame? So
Finally,
that'll give us some. We're at 46.
Yeah, we're gonna go to break, come back, and
Yeah.
talk about my man Frankie Fastball going into the College Football Hall of Fame with Danny Woodhead. So, but big ups to Franks. We'll be right back. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. It's a new year, and Fairway has deals this week like 93% lean ground beef for just $4.99 per pound, USDA choice beef rump roast for $3.99 per pound, buy 2 8-ounce bacon-wrapped turkey broils for $7, or buy 10, get 5 free on all-natural boneless pork ribeye chops. Your new year starts at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Hey, it's Chad with the Nutrition Authority inviting you to stop in and check out the all-new Complete Post-Workout Recovery, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today and try a free sample or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale now. Ticketmaster. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Quick segment before we turn it over to Ticket Weeknight. We got AG, Mon Green. And then we got DPE after that, right? Yeah. The DP mentioned it before that.
Yeah.
That Frank Solis is in the College Football Hall of Fame. Big congrats. Frank's a great dude, great coach. Didn't coach me directly, but head coach. You know, I always look at coaches, and you can usually judge them by what players feel about him, how much he stays in contact with players, how much he, continues to check in on players. Because, Frank was coaching a long time. And so, to be, around him for 4 years and still be in contact with him, that lets you know what type of, person he is. And obviously he was a great coach. He might be one of the better college running back coaches of all time. Coached some great players at the college level that went on to have great careers throughout their college career, but then also the NFL. Went to Ohio, and I want to say reinvented himself, but just cemented his, his greatness as a coach. And so, and he was a great player as well. And so, it's just, I'm excited for him. I'm happy for him. It's probably his cherry on the top, it's probably in his coaching career. I'm excited for him to get in, and, well deserved, to say the least. And everybody that's probably played for Frank is truly happy for him.
I think it's a big honor for Nebraska to have that sort of sealed deal.
Yeah,
like that you paid tribute to the man and gave him another moment here in the building and here in town, and allow folks to feel good about what's going on. It's a big deal. It also shows some longevity and some his coaching cardio is phenomenal.
Right. Yeah. I always tell people before we played Florida, Coach Osborne had some obligations, and he took over the team for that day or the majority of the day, and it was a very passionate and pregame speech where he would definitely set the path of what he wanted to happen that night. And so I never forgot that. And then obviously therefore afterwards, Frank has always been there for his players, and good and bad, and been there for him, not even about the X's and O's, just as a a young, me, obviously a young man, and then trying to figure out a leadership role and all the other stuff. Frank was there, and I was always there for his players. So definitely just do. So I think it's good. It's good for the program, and I think when a great coach or a great player goes in from one program, it brings light to other players there. So I think there's going to be some more players from that 90s era. Probably, I think, a big push, I think, here coming up soon for the likes of Jason Peter to get in, being a 2-time All-American and all that stuff. So it'd be good. I think if it can go along with the team having success, it's kind of like where, in the NFL where, it's usually, you get a university or franchise in NFL's case pushing you, you're going to do well. So, or get guys in. So I think it's good, and it's due for Frank. Came back here, kind of did his thing here. Been a long time coming, and the same thing for him to go into the College Football Hall of Fame. So it's definitely, I think he's all the way up in Montana or Boise or somewhere.
Living his best life.
Yeah.
Living
He's probably getting that snow up there, man. I could see. I can guarantee he still shovels the driveway. You know, I got a snowblower though, so
Right.
yeah, he definitely never ran from some work. So, it's some good shape. But you know what? Before we sign off, speaking of college football, Austin, what's your game score prediction?
Washington 38, Michigan 34.
Shootout. I got Washington winning 31-24.
It's a sweep. I've got the Huskies. I've got it last score of the game.
Right down to
Yeah.
And that's usually, I mean, that's
Yeah.
where
Final
it usually goes.
drive. They'll have the ball. Penix will make a play. Defense will stand up. They'll get a stop if they need.
But doesn't they catch the winner? Who gets it?
They're gonna be like they fullback.
Yeah.
Somebody. They're gonna be like somebody just out of nowhere.
Yeah, they've got bodies, man.
Yeah. They got a really good fullback. I think he's number 47. I think tonight will tell a lot about the Michigan program. I think if JJ McCarthy plays well, he goes to the pros. And if he hadn't already decided, I think Jim Harbaugh is gone either way. I mean, I just think it's
Daddy's gone. Time to grow up.
It's time. But it'll be probably the time for a lot of those guys. So it's going to be interesting to see. And then Mr. Four Pats more I ain't never seen somebody give somebody congratulations like he did. Bruh, I got to listen from the time you was crying at Penn State to all the other stuff you said. We got to have some speaks before I start to hire you, though, if I'm the AD. And I'm just going to play that tape.
Yep.
Okay, 1 or 2 pats on McCarthy. Why are you 3 and 4? And then you looked at him to make sure it was confirmed. Can we have a conversation over coffee? We can have lunch. If you want to have brunch,
Did you ever meet
dinner.
Don Bro, who was offensive coach for Washington?
No, and if he did that, I definitely don't want
No,
to.
this is what he'd say. That ain't your girlfriend. Stop petting it and throw it.
And that's what the offensive coordinator of Michigan was definitely doing. He was patting. You know, like quarterbacks be patting. He was like, oh,
stop petting it, throw it.
Yeah, man, we're going to have to post him on Twitter. Appreciate you guys checking in. Hey, look, and if you guys ever run into Jake Sorensen, give him a hug. He's having a rough 24, 48 hours. I'll turn the gas off tonight. Go Bills, go Texans. AD, I love you, but I don't like you come Saturday or whenever we play you. Anyways, thanks for tuning in.
I like you on Sunday.
Jay Foreman, DP Austin. Amon Green is next. We'll see you tomorrow.
Start 2024 off on a high note by loading up on meat and more at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through January 9th is spend $40 and you'll get a free 14-ounce ribeye, limit of 3, and $1.50 off all KC Canning Company products. Plus, don't forget there are 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. It's a new year, and Fairway has deals this week like 93% lean ground beef for just $4.99 per pound, USDA choice beef rump roast for $3.99 per pound, buy 2 8-ounce bacon-wrapped turkey broils for $7, or buy 10, get 5 free on all-natural boneless pork ribeye chops. Your new year starts at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, wintry mix and heavy snow. Traveling going to be very difficult. We'll see a high around 33. Tonight, snow, wind, and blowing snow expected. We'll see a low around 18. And tomorrow, more snow, wind, blowing snow continuing throughout the day. We'll see a high around 24. Meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, it's Chad with the Nutrition Authority inviting you to stop in and check out the all-new complete post-workout recovery, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today and try a free sample or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Are you tired